Dalton Tucker, the rookie, makes his first career start at right guard. Flacco back to the air on second down, completes. Pittman taking on tacklers. He is right at the line to gain a pickup of 9.
You got the rookie over there inside.
Devondre Sweat, this is Sermon. Boy, found a little tight opening in space, and he wiggles his way into the second level and gets Indianapolis its second first down. Arch, it seemed like it was catchable, but obviously the sun a big factor early in this game. On 3rd and 10, Flacco slinging it over the middle. It's caught. Mo Alley Cox. And Flacco has this offense moving again. It's a pickup of 22. Remember, Jamal Adams had to be placed on IR this week, so a little bit thinner on that secondary. First down pass towards the end zone. Flacco wide open. Downs. Touchdown. Beers lines up at the bottom of your picture on 3rd and 3. Levis from the gun goes to the tight end, but it's a one-handed catch by Chigo Okonkwo, but Indianapolis keeps it in front of them.
That he's playing at this level.
Fake handoff, Flacco's pass, picked off, intercepted, Amani Hooker.
I would love for Tennessee to be more aggressive on this drive.
Levis thought about the handoff, goes into the flat, it's caught. And a good first down completion here to Tyler Boyd. This is actually their only divisional game until week 12. They'll play 5 of their last 7 against AFC South teams. A little bit of a quirk in the schedule. Pollard breaking tackles. And he gets downhill inside the Indianapolis 10-yard line. Have to burn a timeout there to avoid a play clock penalty. Fake handoff, Levis to the end zone, wide open. West.
This is a much more disciplined defense and a much more athletic defense than Jacksonville.
Indy goes underneath here to get some of it back. As Flacco gets it to Goodson out of the backfield, they're going to be well short, a pickup of only 7. Levis here, they go end around on a 2nd and 7. Spears into some open space. That's where this kid is so lethal. It's going to be a first down run of 11.
Reload, we're good.
Boy, play clock just about to expire. Levis feeling the pressure, throws a perfect strike. DeAndre Hopkins.
Somebody up front has to be able to force a negative play. They just haven't been able to do that in 2 games.
This is Pollard. Boy, he is running with some pop.
So far, I haven't seen him get hit in the backfield once in this game.
Levis from the gun. Levis, wobbly pass. Boy, nearly picked. This will be a 44-yard attempt from Nick Folk, the Pro Bowl kicker who hit 5 field goals in that Week 4 win in Miami a couple of weeks ago, including 3 from 50. Yeah, that was something, Aditi, to hear how Snead was challenged by Wilson, and the star really responding for this defense. Flacco under pressure. Simmons coming. Flacco. What a pass by the 39-year-old signal caller. Somehow, with Simmons bearing down, finds Drew Ogletree for 22. Rookie 5th-round pick made his first career start in that Week 4 game in Miami in the Monday Nighter. Tremendous play there. Flacco goes to the check here. This is the rookie A.D. Mitchell, and he is lit up. Levis again, play action to set up the pass. Wide open. Hopkins on the seam, coming across the middle, and Levis hit him perfectly. A pickup of 22. Just feels so different around him in that Tennessee building. 3rd and 20. Levis over the middle, completes here to Hopkins, but he is well covered by that Indianapolis defense. They pick up only 7. Parted off into the locker room. We wish him the best, and we'll try to get you updated on his status. This is Trey Sermon. It's going to be a first down run for the Colts. Different perspective on things as he navigates his rookie season as an NFL head coach. Goodson has some real estate. Tyler Goodson breaking free. Going to get inside the Tennessee 20.
Typically, there's a high likelihood that results in a touchdown for the opposite team.
Colts go empty. Flacco goes through his reads over the middle, completes to Downs. Going to be brought down inside the 10. Flacco protected over the middle, incomplete. Downs thought that the contact was premature. It was Brownlee again.
When it's a slant and it's within 5 yards, very rarely is that going to get called.
Matt Gay, 5 of 7 on the season on field goal tries, and he improves on that ratio. And we are tied. But first, their defense looking for a stop here to begin the third quarter. Pollard again taking on the hitters. Gets into the second level. Kenny Moore. Levis goes to his reads. Over the middle, completes. First down connection to Okonkwo.
This is your opportunity. You've been running the football fairly effectively.
Levis, they're going to throw it here. Levis, and completes. A pickup of 10. That's the first time that Burks has been targeted, the 30-year wide receiver, the former first-round pick. They go end around. Ridley, this is first real touch. He's been awfully quiet till this point.
I'd like to be a little bit more aggressive.
Levis going to hand here to Pollard on a 3rd and 19. Pollard, touchdown!
Who is the guy that Flacco knows can make that catch? Pittman has been so consistent, but he needs somebody he believes in to give this football team an offense a spark.
Fresh set of downs on what was a 3rd and 10. So 1st and 10 here. Flacco steps up in the pocket, gets it out to Mo Alley Cox. Another flag thrown here, this time in the offensive backfield. It would be about a 42-yard field goal try from here for Matt Gay. 3rd and 3. Flacco pulls it back, and it's incomplete.
You're in the third quarter.
Take the
4th
points.
and 3, I would take the points.
Boy, again, it would be about a 42-yard kick. They're going to roll the dice. Here they come. Flacco completes. First down and more. Josh Downs on the catch. Pushed out of bounds. It's a pickup of 5. Joe Flacco, 15 of 28 for a $121, a touchdown, and a pick. Look to the underneath and over the middle. Little sidearm. Goodson puts him in the spin cycle. Inside the 5, and it will be 1st and goal, Colts.
To set up, a lot of times these little outbreaking routes from these condensed formations.
Colts go 2 tight ends. Sermon, lone setback. Sermon, buried.
To me, it's smart. You got 15 minutes left. With an offense that's not explosive, take the points.
Holder, Riegeberg goes Sanchez. Luke Rose the snapper, and everyone does their job. Matt Gay bangs it in.
He was able to make big throw after big throw, and also in this game, he's going to have to do the same thing.
Play clock at 0s. Flacco just barely gets the snap. Completes. Downs right at the line to gain. Looked like the football came out there at the end. And the spot appears favorable for Indianapolis. It's 1st and 10 as they mark it now at the 35. Little sidearm delivery. Flacco right back to Downs. Downs shot out of a cannon.
You said Ravens still lead?
Yes, but it is a little bit closer. 2nd down play here. Flacco over the middle. It's Downs curling and again right at that 1st down marker. 3rd and less than a yard. Aditi telling us that Ryan Kelly, by the way, downgraded to out for the Colts. There's a little sidearm delivery and another 1st down connection. Flacco to Ogletree, and they move the sticks again.
Target in contested catch situations.
Pittman just 3 targets, 1 catch. Here they come. Flacco to the end zone. It is caught. Jump ball. Pittman. Touchdown.
The wide receivers outside the numbers this season.
Can Levis and company take advantage of some of that? Levis here going to take his shot, throws into a crowd, and it is picked.
You've got to get in a position to where you can pick up a 1st down and stay on the field.
Here they come. Flacco firing deep down the sideline. Boy, he had Pierce, who had a step.
Try to generate some sort of a pass rush with their front 4 and force Levis to throw against zone.
4-man rush. Levis pass. 1st down. On a quick cross to Tyler Boyd. It's a pickup of 8. 3rd and 7. Levis coming near side, high pass, incomplete. Looking for Hopkins, no flag. Flacco the fake to Goodson, rolls out and throws a strike. Pittman.
He always puts the offense in a chance to succeed. He is an excellent offensive mind.
Rigoberto Sanchez, good punt, trying to angle this thing. Wow. Unbelievable. That's why you go out and pay a punter. Sanchez sticks it inside the 5. What does Levis have up his sleeve here? Everyone back in the ultra prevent for the Colts. And here we go. Levis goes over the middle to Hopkins. The pitch back. The second pitch, live football. Zeros on the clock, and it is over here in Nashville. The Indianapolis Colts, on the back of Joe Flacco and Shane Steichen's offense, shorthanded, no Jonathan Taylor, come to Nashville and win it 20-17, your final.